Hey everybody, welcome to episode 45, I believe we're up to right now. That's what I wrote down, so it might as well be true. 45 of the Super Grapple Bros podcast. It's a podcast about two brothers who are former WWE employees, like to talk about wrestling and the video games, because we're also nerds and gamers. That's why we're here recording live on Twitch. We record live on Twitch every week, twitch.tv/L_Murpho. I am one of your hosts, Murpho.
And I am DMurph.
And it is St. Patrick's Day, if you can't tell from the green that we're both wearing. We are, of course, both Irish, and thus this is our day to celebrate. It is also our parents' wedding anniversary, so happy anniversary, Mom and Dad.
Mm-hmm.
They are not here. They are not around. They went on their trip to Aruba. Hopefully the flights were safe and good for them.
I'm sure.
But enough about that. We're here to talk about wrestling and video games on this day of St. Patrick.
Also, allow me to say Happy St. Patrick's Day and Happy St. Rusev's Day.
Happy St. Rusev's Day? It's just Rusev Day, though, isn't it? Happy Rusev Day.
Well, according to Rusev, it's St. Rusev's Day, so.
Yeah. So we decided to dress Alexis Big Stupid. It's St. Patrick's Day. We're wearing green. If you're not wearing green, we're going to punch you. We're going to find you and punch you.
Well, I'm not.
I'm going to find you and punch you.
I'm more of a grapple guy. I might get you in like a Kimura or something.
Would you say that you're a grapple bro?
Yes. I'm super at it too.
Oh, God.
I'm super.
Oh, God.
I'm grapple. I'm super grapple, brother.
We've gone full meta. Okay. So, this week is our review show for WWE Fastlane, the final event before WrestleMania 34, the big one. You know, they stopped numbering them, so it's just WrestleMania, but we all know it's the 34th one.
Well, they stopped showing the number in the logo, but they always say WrestleMania,
yeah.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah. I've always been curious as to why they stopped doing that after 30.
I'm guessing they wanted to make it more of their own thing, cause
more sleek, less cluttered, maybe.
Yeah, because I mean,
logos.
look at the Super Bowl logos nowadays.
Well, now it's
mostly the numbers.
No, not anymore. Not since they got 50 now. Because now it's 50, 50 is L.
But I'm saying up to then, and they're in the 30s, so there'd be 3 X's there and everything. So
I guess.
I mean, do you want to have it WrestleMania?
Yes.
X.
Yes, I do.
X.
I want it XXXIV.
Well, that's why China's not in the Hall of Fame yet, because they don't want to deal with the triple X.
Yeah, that's a conversation I'll never get back. That's time I'll never get back in my life. Okay, so on to the Fastlane review. We're going to talk about this event, the last one before WrestleMania. It was SmackDown's big final pay-per-view before WrestleMania. We already had Raw's in the form of Elimination Chamber, but this was a really correct me if you feel differently, but I feel like this was a really, really good show. I really liked this show. I don't think I really had many complaints about it. Like, I didn't feel like anything was really that off or bad.
I'm going to say that I don't think it was necessarily a really, really, really good show, but I thought it was a good show in the fact of, I mean, the only match I would say I wasn't like a big fan of was the tag women's match, and that's not saying it was bad, it was just, it was an okay match.
It was good for what it was. That's what I would say is the low point of the show, but it was still a good match. And if a good match is your low point, then that means you had a really good show.
Well, I mean, I feel like a lot of the matches I was like, yeah, it was pretty good. And like the only matches that like really stood out to me, like really big, was the main event and the tag title dealie.
Really, you didn't like, I thought that Nakamura versus Rusev and then Orton versus Rude got really good at the end.
I mean, they were better than I thought they were gonna be, but I still didn't think they were, like, that great overall.
Well, we'll go through it one by one and discuss each individual match. Did you happen to watch the kickoff show? Because
Nope.
I did not. I didn't even know to be honest, I didn't even know there was a kickoff show. I mean, there normally always is, but I just watched the main show. But Breezango and Ty Dillinger faced off against Mojo Rawley, Chad Gable, and Shelton Benjamin, and the former defeated the latter. Which good for Ty Dillinger and Breezango getting a W. Yep. Hopefully something good gets done with these guys at WrestleMania. They'll all probably end up in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Probably something like that.
So, But the show proper started off with Shinsuke Nakamura versus Rusev, which I think was the second best match of the night. It was really, really good, and I want to see more of Rusev versus Shinsuke. And might I add that the way that match ended made Rusev look strong. Rusev might have lost to Shinsuke, but damn did he look strong in that match. And that means something to those who are, who want to for people who want to see Rusev get moved up in the company and like on the card, because he went toe to toe and looked strong against the guy who is going to WrestleMania to battle for the WWE Championship and will probably win
in the main event.
Yeah.
Well, at least one of the main events. But yeah, it was a pretty good match. I enjoyed it. I liked the fact that they made Rusev look strong. But like I said, didn't really like a lot of the show didn't leave like that much of a lasting impression, is what I could say. Like I remember watching it, and I remember being like, "Wow, this is a pretty good match." But afterwards, I don't really remember too much of like the specifics of the match.
About this match in particular.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there was some parts where Rusev was selling. I believe it was one of his. I can't remember if it was one of his. I think it was one of his legs. I think it was his left leg. I don't think it was his left arm. But he was doing a really great job selling it. And then at one point, my only one complaint is he kind of forgot about it at one point. At an eventual point,
to the best of us.
But his selling as a whole was really good. They had some great false finishes, and he delivered perhaps the grossest Machka kick to Shinsuke I've ever seen.
Ooh, that's one thing I actually remember.
It was, that was so really good. I was flushing the fotch.
I saw that. I was like, is Shinsuke gonna miss WrestleMania now? Shinsuke Nakamura out of WrestleMania with broken half of his body.
with broken left side of face. The entire left side of his face.
You see, Shinsuke Nakamura's skull turned from a skull into just kind of a flesh bag with bone shards in it.
You're making me cough.
I'm making myself cough.
For those of you who are curious, yes, we're both a little under the weather. That's why our voice may sound weird, and that's why we may cough a little bit during the show.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of a post-nasal drip going on, which is clogging up my throat, and he's actually legitimately full on sick.
Well, I'm getting over it now, thankfully, but just a pain.
Yes.
So after that match, which was pretty good.
Well, let me just also add the fact that, like, because the finish itself was pretty gross.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Shinsuke hit the Kinshasa to the back of Rusev's head, and then
didn't
pin him, which again makes Rusev look strong. In order to make sure he won, hit another Kinshasa right to old Ruru's face. Ruru. God. So great finish.
Yeah.
Shinsuke looked good in the win. Rusev looked strong. Aiden English was entertaining on the outside,
as always,
and on the mic when he rapped.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Because apparently he couldn't sing because he got kicked in the throat by Shinsuke. Apparently his esophagus or larynx was crushed, so he rapped to the crowd instead.
Whatever.
Which was really good. So that was a great way to start off the show. Mm-hmm. And we moved on after that to Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode. And Randy beat Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the fact, basically, it was a pretty good back and forth, even match. And then Bobby Roode made the mistake of going to the second or top rope against Randy Orton. And as Evan Bournewell knows, you don't go to the second or top rope and dive towards Randy Orton.
Yep.
It does not end well for you because something comes out of nowhere.
Yep.
And then you're on the mat for 3 seconds. And then the bell's ringing.
Yep. And I think... I was sitting here thinking about it. I think I know the main problem that I had. And it's not with this match, but with this, we'll call it story or feud.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, I feel like with Randy Orton nowadays...
Rivalry, actually. Rivalry is the proper term. I
feel like with Randy Orton, the way they're booking him now, it's like, all right, Randy, that story's done. What should we do next? And he's just like, I don't know. Well, we gotta think of something. I mean, you're one of our top guys. You gotta do something. I mean, I guess I never won the U.S. title before. All right, we'll do that as a story. I mean, it just seems like every story, it's just like, all right, Randy, that story is done. What are we going to do next? I don't know. Let's throw something. I mean, we haven't done this. All right, let's do it.
I mean, it works. And to be honest with you, I kind of like seeing the United States Championship on Randy Orton.
Oh, I don't mind it. I'm just saying, like, the thing that bothers me about it is it's just like there's no clear direction between each
It's
story
like
that they do with him.
Well, we don't have a main event, big match spot for Randy this year. What should we do? Let's put the U.S. title on him.
Yeah, I haven't held the U.S. over. Oh, okay, we'll give you that. You can do that for a while we think of something else to do next. All right, sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
That's, yeah.
But after the match, there were some shenanigans.
Mm-hmm.
Our old best bud, Jinder Mahal, came in to do some hindering and attacked Randy Orton. And then Bobby Roode came out and hit the impact, got up, came back into the ring, hit his glorious DDT twice, once to Jinder, once to Orton, which means we're going to get a triple threat match for the U.S. title, which will be good. I would have preferred a Bobby Roode Randy Orton rematch and not have Jinder involved at all and have him put in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Or if you're going to do a U.S. Championship match, involve somebody like Dolph Ziggler or Ty Dillinger. But, I mean, Jinder's not, as much as I like to say that I don't like seeing Jinder in big money matches, I don't think he's awful. I think he'll do a good job in this match. And he does bring, there has to be somebody taking the heat in this match, and it'll be him. And Orton and Roode, as they proved in this match, they'll be able to have a really freaking good match at WrestleMania with them involved.
My thing with, what's his name? Jinder Mahal.
Mm-hmm.
It's never been that I don't think he should be in WWE or anything like that. My whole thing is like him being in this triple threat match, I'm okay with because I feel like that's around the level that his skill set is at. I don't think he was ready for a world title run. This level, I think he's good for.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not complaining that much, especially since he's going to be in the ring with Bobby Roode and Randy Orton.
I think it'll be a really good match.
I think it's going to be good.
I would, like I said, I would prefer to see it be a singles match or see other people involved in the match. But that's not me saying that Jinder Mahal makes the match bad. I'm just saying there are other people I would like to, who I like more, who are more my favorite, who are more wrestlers I enjoy watching wrestle more, be in that spot over Jinder. I'm not saying, it's an outrage, it's wrong, he doesn't belong there. No, he belongs there. I just would have preferred to see somebody else or preferred a singles match, but it's still going to be a good match, and Bobby Roode and Randy Orton prove that they can have a hell of a good match.
I think the main thing we differentiate with there, which I haven't really addressed, is I'd prefer it to be a multi-man matches because I'm a fan of the multi-man matches just because I like to see like alright, this person's about to win, oh wait, they come in and do this and blah 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 blah, like all the crazy stuff that happens like we saw in the main event, for example.
Multi-man matches are good. It's just the only reason why I feel like I would have preferred a singles match because I saw the match at Fastlane. I'm like, wow, those two guys one-on-one can go really well with each other one-on-one. So it's more like I want to see that match. I would love to see that match again at WrestleMania for the United States Championship.
Yeah, I could understand that.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, who knows? I mean, based on how Fastlane went, maybe they will decide to take some of the guys from the main event of Fastlane who didn't win the championship and decide to put them into the U.S. title match. And maybe it'll be like a Fatal 4-Way or 5-pack challenge or 6-pack challenge.
Mm-hmm. And then Dolph Ziggler can win and then he can leave again.
Yeah, right?
And then he could come back, be like, it's my time now, and then still not go all the way.
No, Dolph, it's not your time. Okay. All right.
Which it should be, kind of, because Dolph is really good, and I feel bad.
Yes, he is. He is very, very good at what he does.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on from the Randy Orton Bobby Roode United States Championship situation and the match that happened, then we get to what we both agree was kind of the low point of the show. And by low point, we mean like if everything was an 8 or 9 out of 10, this was like a 7.5.
Yeah.
So like it's not like it was bad. It was the least good thing on the card. And that was the women's tag match of Natty and Carmella versus Becky and Naomi, which was serviceable. It was good. I enjoyed it. I think Carmella did really, really well. Becky and Naomi did really well. Naomi, I think, in her segments showed why she was given the Women's SmackDown Championship for so long last year, because she is just damn good. She has come such a long way. Yeah. And I would say even Natty. Like, Natty had, I think, a good match, even probably better than what she's capable of having nowadays. Like, I feel like Natty hasn't been as good as she used to be, or Natty maybe she just doesn't entertain me as much as she used
It's
to.
because she's got this kind of weird personality now where she'll stop in the middle of the match.
It
and
might
go,
be her character.
Yeah, and it's, yeah.
It might be just her character, but I feel like the reason why this match wasn't as great as it could have been is because I feel like it felt like these 4 women were just thrown together into a match and not so much that there was a story built around it.
Yeah.
So I feel like that hurt the match and that's what caused it to suffer. But yeah, Carmella picked up the win because she's Miss Money in the Bank. So there's some momentum for her going in there, and I think I agree with you that she's probably going to cash in at WrestleMania. Actually, maybe not after what happened in the women's championship match, unless they want to see Carmella lose it right away.
I don't know. They may have her win at Mania.
No. Not against who's probably going to win that match. No.
They may.
That's not going to happen.
I
If it
hope
does,
not,
if it
but
does
may.
happen, I will. I don't know what I'll do. I'll do something stupid.
Like, give me your Xbox One.
No. Not that stupid.
Fine.
So yeah, that's all we have to say about that match. Moving on to the SmackDown Tag Team Title match, the Usos versus the New Day. Which, holy hell, even in a no contest where they only go like 5-10 minutes, can the Usos and the New Day pull out all the stops and make an unbelievable, ridiculously insane match.
I love the trading of finishers.
The trading of movesets. It's like, okay, we've battled each other, and it was, I will say, good on Tom Phillips for mentioning this in the commentary. It's like, these guys have faced off against each other so much, and they know each other's arsenals so much. How do you throw that person off? Well, you use their own movesets against them.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Which was great. I thought that was good. Good job by Tom Phillips on commentary to explain the psychology of the match through, to emphasize like how long these guys have been going at it. That's an example of great commentary. And yeah, just the match itself was amazing. We had Woods and Kofi going representing
the New
Day there, and yeah, I can't say enough. Like they had they went for the Usos splash. The New Day hit the Uso splash. They went for the double Uso splash.
I think it was Jay went for Trouble in Paradise at one point.
Yep. And then we had the Usos use the Unicorn Stampede against them. They hit the Midnight Hour.
Yeah.
Woods, I think it was, hit the Uso hip into the corner.
Yep.
So all really, really cool, awesome stuff. And then Bludgeon Brothers had to come out and quote unquote ruin it. Which I use quotation marks because I think injecting them into this as much as will inject new life into this rivalry, and I think it'll be an amazing triple threat match for the SmackDown Tag Titles at WrestleMania.
Yeah. My biggest takeaway with this was not only was the match great, but after the match, for the first time in his career, I was impressed with how Eric Rowan was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've been impressed with Eric Rowan before.
Because I thought he was good, but I mean, a lot of times, like, he'll have a match, and he'll do, like, a couple moves that are kind of sloppy with how he does it.
Mm-hmm.
All of the moves he did during that, perfect execution. I was really, really impressed with him. Okay. And, I mean, Luke Harper, he's amazing. So, I mean, yeah. I knew he was going to come out, he was going to do work, he was going to do good. But just like, and also the way they worked together with all those moves, like when Eric Rowan went to do the splash and Luke Harper just shoved him down during it, I think it's going to be absolutely amazing because they're really working together and working with these guys who we know are really good. It's going to be absolutely amazing. We know that they destroyed them.
Well, the good thing is that like all three of these teams have battled each other in the past, and the New Day versus the Wyatt feud was probably the last high point for the Wyatt family, I would say. Since after that, Randy Orton got involved and Rowan was suspended or something for a while.
It was okay.
Or injured.
It was okay, that storyline, because I liked the way they were doing the storyline between Randy and Luke and Bray, and how Randy and Bray won the tag titles, and then Randy and Luke lost the tag titles together because they had the Freebird rule thing going on. And I liked everything up until WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's a fair point. But the main point that I was trying to make is that Harper and Rowan can work well with the New Day very well. We know that the Usos and the New Day work insanely well. We know that the Usos have had their battles with Rowan and Harper in the past.
Yep.
So these are 7 guys who can go with each other. and who get along really well with each other backstage. So I feel like this might steal the show for WrestleMania.
Oh yeah,
might very well steal the show. I mean, Usos New Day themselves, whenever they have matches against one another, practically steal every single show they wrestle in.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
One thing I do want to point out, though, because you mentioned the Wyatts, and it reminded me, tune into Raw this week, because this week is the ultimate deletion.
Oh, boy.
And they're going to have...
Is it the ultimate deletion of Jeff Hardy? Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
But, yeah, they're going to have basically everyone except Jeff in it. Like, Rebel is going to be there.
I wonder
Maxwell,
why Jeff's not in
Wolfgang,
it. I wonder why.
Senor Benjamin, Vanguard 1, they're all in it.
Nice.
And I'm excited. As a matter of
what
fact...
about Skarsgård?
I don't know if he's in it. I don't know if Skarsgård's in it. But they did tweet out a picture of all of them together. And one thing that I thought was hilarious was Senor Benjamin retweeted it saying, "Who painted my shovel red?" Because his shovel's now red.
That'll be cool. Going back real quick to that match before we move on. The Bludgeon Brothers afterwards just beat the hell out of everybody. Austin got powerbombed. Woods got powerbombed onto the steel stairs, and they said that he had spinal contusions, went to the hospital. I'm going to say that is storyline. I never felt that he was legitimately hurt, because people rarely get legitimately hurt taking stuff onto steel stairs. It hurts,
Yeah.
but like injury hurt, I don't believe so. I'm pretty sure that was just a means to escalate the rivalry.
Yeah, because one thing I'll point out is I believe on SmackDown this week, if I'm remembering correctly, I think they did a tag team match where it was basically the two sole survivors from the New Day and the Usos in the form of Big E and I think it was Jimmy teaming up to take on the Bludgeon Brothers in a tag team match because everyone else was in no shape to compete.
Okay.
So I think it had to do partially with that.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, he did. He sold it very, very well, and that's why Austin's that good. That's why Woods is that good. That's why Austin is exactly where he is, because he is incredibly good at what he does, and he is probably one of the hardest workers I've ever had the pleasure of working with. I was trying to find a word for work that wasn't work, so I didn't say work twice in the same sentence. Now I'm just saying work a lot, so it was just a complete
Collaborate.
Yeah, maybe.
Collaborating.
TL and Big Stupid saying that it could be a TLC match. Could be.
They might.
Maybe. I don't feel like they need it. I don't feel like they need it. I feel like they can go all, because it's a triple threat match. There's no disqualifications anyway, so if they want to do extreme stuff, they can just do it.
I was gonna say, I feel like there's probably gonna be other matches on the card that could use that stipulation over this tag match.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Then after that, we went on to the SmackDown Women's Championship match: Charlotte Flair versus Ruby Riott, and Ruby Riott was really good in this match.
Mm-hmm.
Like I knew she was good, but she surprised me in this one.
It didn't surprise me.
Oh, okay, Mr. on his high horse, Mr.
No,
I've always been high on Ruby Riott. I've always liked Ruby Riott. I didn't know if she would be able to rise to the occasion, given the magnitude of the situation, the fact that it's on the main roster for a women's championship match against Charlotte, who is somebody who kind of doesn't have the exact same wrestling style as her, but.
Yeah, but I mean, I've seen her go up against people like Nikki Cross and Ember Moon and Asuka and people like that. Especially in regards to Asuka, I know that she could go up to that level and she could go.
Yeah.
So I was pleasantly, I enjoyed the match very well, but I wasn't really surprised about how well she did in the match because I knew she could do that.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what she's gonna do going forward. But it was a great match, and how about the pretty much the end of that match where Ruby went for the reverse Rana and Charlotte just countered it into just saying, "Hey, Ruby, meet Turnbuckle."
Yeah. Ooh.
That was brutal.
It actually reminds me of a spot that happened on 205 Live this week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they had as I mentioned to you before, Cedric Alexander versus Roderick Strong. You know, they both work in the back. Mm-hmm. There was one point in the match where it looked like Roddy was going to give a back suplex to Alexander on the apron, and then he just kind of threw him up in the air and had him land back first on the turnbuckle on the outside of the ring and fall to the outside of the ring. Yeah.
Ow.
Watch 205 Live this week if you get a chance. It was a really good match.
I feel like you're saying that a lot about 205 Live now, but we're talking about Fastlane. After the match, Asuka came out, and now it's official. Asuka's going to battle Charlotte at WrestleMania, and it's going to be Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss.
With the way the storyline's going on Raw, yeah, it looks that way. But also next week on Raw, this upcoming week on Raw, Asuka is facing Alexa Bliss on Raw. Not for the women's title, but
interesting
in a match. Because I think it's more or less because she was like, oh, Asuka's going up against Charlotte because she knows she wouldn't be able to beat me. And like, oh, is that the case? Well, then let's see you prove it.
Yeah. Whoops. But yeah, I think Asuka's going to win. I don't think Charlotte's going to win, but it's going to be a good match. It's going to be entertaining. This is the match that everybody kind of wanted to see at WrestleMania when Asuka first came up and before it became known that Ronda Rousey had actually signed with WWE. So it makes sense. I just feel like, I don't know. I think it's going to be good. I just, part of me just was, I'm a little upset that, now that Ronda is signed and she's on Raw, that now Asuka's going to be on SmackDown, because I really want the two of them to end up on the same show. But there's superstar shakeups and trades and Royal Rumbles and stuff like that to sort that all out.
I'm going to point out, we're about to see Ronda's just getting onto Raw, and she's about to fight her boss. Yeah. And then shortly after, they're doing a superstar shakeup. So I wouldn't be surprised if they signed her to Raw specifically to have this match, and then switched her over to SmackDown.
Yeah. Big Super says, I love Asuka, but I can see Carmella cashing in on her at Mania and win in the same vein like when Edge cashed in on Cena after he had survived in the Elimination Chamber. That would give nuclear heat. I mean, it would. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if you've been making Asuka this strong, I feel like Asuka would decimate Carmella the moment she tried to cash in. And also, do you want to keep Asuka's streak intact until she can potentially face Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania or SummerSlam?
That's what I would like to see, but this is WWE, and we always don't get what we would like to see.
We'll see. We'll find out. Mm-hmm. But I don't think it's a good thing to end Asuka's streak yet, even if you use Money in the Bank. But they're going to do what they're going to do, and I don't think it's a bad call. I just don't think it's the best call.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah. So, like, if it happens, it'll work. It'll be good. I just think the best thing to do and the coolest thing to do would be to have Asuka maintain a streak until Ronda Rousey gets a chance to beat her.
Yeah. All right, well, or you do a very, very long con and you have her finally beaten by Ember Moon.
No.
All these years later, Ember finally does it.
No. Let's move on to the main event, which was probably the best match of the night. The WWE Championship match, AJ Styles versus John Cena versus Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn versus Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin in a 6-pack challenge for the championship. Winner goes on to face Shinsuke Nakamura and defend the title at WrestleMania.
First thing I want to say about this match.
Okay.
I was not thrilled with the very first spot of the match.
Yeah, I didn't like it either.
Mostly because, hey, Dolph, you've wrestled this guy several times before. You've been here a while. You literally just saw it happen to 4 other people. Yeah. Maybe not do the exact same goddamn thing, Dolph.
Yeah, like, the first 2 people, that's fine, but when it's 4 or 5 other people walking into that, it's like, okay, come on, guys. Like, you just saw 2 or 3 other people run right at John Cena and get AA'd. What makes you think it's going to be any different if you do the same thing?
And like I said, the thing that bothered me about it was, this is Dolph Ziggler, who's been here for a long time, and he saw 4 people do it. And it's just, it just bothered me so much. But after that, the match was good. After that, the match was really good.
Yeah.
And of course,
I did like, however, once Cena and Styles had their little bit, everybody got back into the ring and was like, let's just beat the crap out of this
and
dude.
Joe was like, wait, guys, I didn't, I mean, I hit you all with my finisher.
I mean, I meant it, but I didn't mean it.
We could be friends, right?
Mm-hmm. So, the rest of the match was pretty good. I feel like everybody had great moments to shine. Everybody had their own near falls. AJ Styles going through the table was pretty sweet. I liked the stuff with Shane McMahon. It's going to be very interesting.
I liked how what's his name? Sammy laid down to let Kevin pin him, and Kevin went to pick him up to attack him, and Sammy was like, "Well, screw you then," and went and do a small package.
Yeah, a lot of people were saying, Sammy ended up rolling up. No, like Kevin grabbed Sammy by the back of his neck as if to pick him up and
that's what
give
I'm
him
saying.
a pop-up powerbomb. And he just was like, okay, fine, I'm just going to roll you up then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I loved that. Is he was like, Kevin, come on, I'm letting you do it. And Kevin went to attack him instead of just pinning him. He was like, all right, well, then if you're going to do that, then screw you, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I loved that.
Yeah. So I feel like it was a very, very, very good match. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn both came within a second of winning the title, and then Shane screwed them out of it. Shane flush ate a super kick right in the fotch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, really, I don't feel like there was anything that I can really say that I would complain about here. Like Big Stupid said, AJ got the Brock Lesnar booking where he got put through a table, rested for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then just came out of nowhere, hit his finisher, and won the match, which I'm fine with.
One thing I want to point out that I also really liked about this match, we saw what I think was probably the best deep six by Baron Corbin.
Oh my god, that
AJ
was
Styles.
gross.
That was
so
good.
gross.
Oh my god.
It was so good. Good lord. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. And I'm really excited to see where they go with people like Baron Corbin and stuff from here because, oh my god, he's just getting better.
I just hope that, clearly, we all know that they're doing something with Cena. We just don't know yet because the story hasn't been revealed. AJ is going to face Shinsuke. We know that Owens and Zayn are going to be involved with each other somehow. I just hope that Corbin and Ziggler find something to do on WrestleMania that is decent. Maybe you put them in that United States Championship match that as we were mentioning before.
They might put them in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal or something. Yeah. Who knows?
So that is it for Fastlane.
Mm-hmm.
And based on the predictions we made, with exception to the no contest, somebody here had a perfect prediction rating pretty much.
Hold on. I love when people point out things like, except that one mistake, it's perfect. Which the description is the definition is no mistakes.
The fact of the matter is, hi baby, I missed you.
Oh, look at that. The guy who's always telling me not to do stuff like that.
Hashtag and new. Hashtag 3-time. Hashtag longest
hypocrite.
reigning. I am now the 3-time predictions champion. Thanks to my picks at Fastlane. I am going into WrestleMania as the predictions champion.
Okay, one thing I want to point out is Big Stupid said John Cena enters the 205 Live Cruiserweight Finals at Mania. I have something to say about that, actually.
Well, he hasn't won the Cruiserweight Championship yet.
That's true. But what I want to point out is after Fastlane on Monday Night Raw, I mentioned this to you beforehand, they did a storyline where they were like, we have no challengers for the Bar. Let's do a battle royal to determine who's going to be the number one contenders to face the Bar at WrestleMania for the tag titles. And you know who won? Braun Strowman. And when that happened, I took to Twitter right away and I tweeted out saying, is anyone else hoping that Braun Strowman shows up on 205 Live tonight and just beats up everyone on the roster and declares himself the new Cruiserweight champion?
I just hope they give Braun a partner, because if Braun goes into WrestleMania facing the Bar in a handicap match and he wins, you've just destroyed the entire Raw tag team division.
No, they've already destroyed the entire Raw tag team division, in my opinion, because they've had the Bar beat literally everyone. The one team that was saying that they are the only team to not lose to the Bar and has beaten every other team, the Revival, WWE is like, oh, we have to fix that. Throw them in a quick match with the Bar so they could lose. And then they have a match where it's several groups of people who are teams. Their whole thing is they work together to do maximum damage together. And all those teams start working as a team on this person. So all these people who are really good with working other people, working together to take out this one guy, and this one guy beat all of them. Granted, he's Braun Strowman, but that just shows that all of these teams couldn't beat the one single guy when they're a team and he's just by himself, which kind of kills the whole division, especially if he goes to WrestleMania and ends up beating the Bar by himself, which, knowing Vince McMahon, will probably happen.
Hashtag rant.
Yep. Just a
Slash
little
and rant. Yeah. I mean, I think it's kind of dumb to have Braun Strowman. I'm just saying he better have a tag team partner. That's all.
I'm hoping
Maybe it'll be John Cena.
I'm hoping either he has a tag partner, or what I'm more hoping is they're like, Braun, no, you can't do that. You're not a tag team. You're one person. And they find someone else to face the bar, and they're like, but you know what you just proved, Braun? You proved you're really good at battle royals. And have we got the match for you? Or set something else up for him?
Maybe. Hopefully. I just don't want to see him winning the tag titles at WrestleMania.
Yeah, by himself.
Yeah, because that would be awful. Other stuff in wrestling. Anything else interesting happen? We've had some WrestleMania developments. Like we're getting the card kind of sort of realized. We know that Shinsuke and AJ is going to happen now. We know we got Charlotte and Asuka, which is going to happen. It looks like we're going to get Sami. I've heard Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon.
Yeah,
and Daniel Bryan will not be wrestling. Rumors are saying that instead of putting him in there and making it a triple threat fatal 4-way match, that he will just be a special guest referee.
Yeah, on SmackDown they did it where Shane McMahon came out, and his big announcement that he has for WrestleMania is that Sami Zayn will go 1-on-1 with Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, and they did not take it too well.
Yeah.
So it's looking like they're going to set up for it to be a triple threat, or some people are saying that it might be a tag team match of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn facing Shane McMahon and the returning Bobby Lashley as his tag team partner.
Ugh.
Which, whatever.
No offense to Bobby Lashley. I'm like, that's not a reaction to, oh, I don't want Bobby Lashley to come back. That's more of a, that is so out of left field and doesn't fit to the story with the story of what's going on.
Yeah.
That, like, that's not how I want to see Bobby Lashley come back and return to WWE.
Yep. And other than that, we have the whole Braun Strowman development thing.
We had a cool promo from Roman.
Yeah, we had Roman, who's setting up for Roman and Brock.
Mm-hmm.
And Vince McMahon is like, Roman Reigns isn't my guy. Guys, Roman Reigns is my guy. He's not my guy, and neither is Brock Lesnar. They're both my guys. And Brock Lesnar's going to be here next week. Oh, and by the way, Roman is suspended temporarily. He's still going to be here. Shh.
Slash and rant?
No, just hashtag observation.
Yep. Yeah, so that was the week in wrestling. WrestleMania is shaping up to be good, despite some questionable decisions as to how matches are going to get made. I'm sure the matches are going to be good.
We do have a couple other things that happened that I want to talk about briefly.
Okay.
On 205 Live, we had a one of the semifinal matches of Roderick Strong versus Cedric Alexander, which was a really, really goddamn good match.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my god, it was so good. Both of them hit each other's finishers on each other and everything, and it was a nice way that they ended the match, and it was just so good overall. And the winner of the match was Cedric Alexander. I wasn't really going into too deep of details because I feel like you should watch the match. I don't want to spoil it for you. Mm-hmm. But it was really good. Cedric Alexander has punched his ticket to WrestleMania, and I'm really hoping with that if they do a Cruiserweight tag team titles after WrestleMania, which it looks like they're going to do, that they team up Roderick Strong and Cedric Alexander and call them something along the lines of Alexander and Strong Chiropractics.
But they don't fix your back like chiropractors. They mess up your back. They bring you to the chiropractors.
Well, I mean, Cedric Alexander, his finisher is called the lumbar check, and he always talks about people checking out his chiropractic work, because I mean they're doing work on your back. Might not be the kind of work you want to do.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, then on NXT we had some advances in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, in which we saw 2 more first round matches. We saw Heavy Machinery versus the Street Profits, in which the Street Profits beat Heavy Machinery, and they had one really, really awesome moment in the match I want to tell you about, where the match started with Dozovich and why am I blanking on his name? I'm blanking on both their names right now. Montez Ford. Dozovich and Montez Ford started the match, and Dozovich knocked him down, and he landed by the corner, and he reached back and grabbed his solo cup and took a sip, and Dozovich was like, I want a sip of that. and he just like slowly moves over to him and gives it to him, and he takes a sip of it and starts nodding, and Montez Ford stands up and starts him nodding too, and then he finishes it, and they're both nodding at each other, and then Dozovic's legs start shaking, and he starts getting pumped up, and Montez Ford is like, oh no, and then he just barrels him over, and it was a pretty awesome moment in the match. I really liked it. It was a great moment between two face tag teams where they were like, all right, we're on the same page. We like each other. Oh, but we've got a match to finish.
All right.
Yeah, the Street Profits went over them. And then the other match was Tino Sabatelli and Riddick Moss versus Alexander Wolf and Eric Young from Sanity, in which Sanity picked up the win with Alexander Wolf getting the pin, which I really liked because it was a good match.
Yep.
And we also had a match between Pete Dunne defending his UK Championship against Adam Cole, in which the match ended with Pete Dunne winning by disqualification because as he was about to hit the bitter end on Adam Cole, Fish and O'Reilly attacked him, and then Roddy Strong came out to save the day. So the storyline they seem to be doing between Strong and Dunne of like not really being friends, but respecting each other for the match that they had for the UK Championship seems to be continuing. And as I had mentioned to you before we started the show, Tyler Bate, it was announced, has a minor knee injury and will not be able to compete in the Dusty Classic. And so Mustache Mountain will not be in the Dusty Classic. And it looks like they may be replaced by the teaming of Pete Dunne and Roddy Strong. Which, if that's the case, we will get those two versus Danny Burch and Oney Lorcan as the final first round matchup in the tournament.
Wow.
So, a lot of interesting stuff happening in that regard.
Okay. And then the final little bit of wrestling related stuff we want to talk about is that we know that WrestleMania for this year is in New Orleans. Oh, we officially found out where WrestleMania next year is gonna be.
In our neck of the woods.
Yep.
It's going to be at MetLife Stadium.
Yep.
Where we went to WrestleMania 29.
Yep.
And we got to briefly meet Big E in the back hallway, and then see, well, at least I did. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. We went to walk because our seats were in the coaches area, and you were walking, and then Big E literally walked in between the two of us. I was like, good luck tonight. And you were just like, what happened?
Well, to be fair, I mean, I ended up knowing E personally later. So
no, true. I'm just saying, I thought it was funny that he walked in between us and you didn't even notice.
Yeah, I didn't even realize. Well, I think it was because I was dead set on finding the like where our seats were and just getting to our seats. Yeah. I had tunnel vision, so I wasn't paying attention to what was around me. So I wasn't paying attention to my peripherals, so I didn't notice that E was walking through the backstage portion in between the suite and the walkway area was in the arena.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was interesting, but yeah, that's where it's coming. It's coming to our area April 7th next year, and I'm already looking to go with a group of people.
Yeah.
So looks like it's gonna be good and fun.
It should be a good one. Returning back to where it all began, generally, kind of, sort of, for the 35th WrestleMania. Not the 35th anniversary, because technically WrestleMania 36 is the 35th anniversary of WrestleMania.
Yeah. Yeah, I know they're looking to do everything except WrestleMania, like the Hall of Fame and TakeOver and Raw and SmackDown and all that stuff at the Barclays Center.
Okay, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Surprised that they won't do it at Madison Square Garden, which is where they did it for WrestleMania 29. But then again, Vince apparently and WWE apparently love the Barclays Center, despite how crappy an arena it is backstage wise when they're there. But yeah. Cool. Big Stupid says he might make the trip up for that WrestleMania next year. That'd be cool.
If you do, let me know.
So that's it for wrestling for us this week. And now we're gonna transition over to the Vidya games. And do you have something you wanna
that I wanna talk about?
Yeah.
Drake played Fortnite.
Well, that wasn't what I was thinking about, but yeah. Ow, my ear. My ear.
Weekly Overwatch news we got here. This week, I have not gotten a chance to watch it yet, but apparently Blizzard released a very, very interesting video that goes into the concept art of the new character coming out, Brigitte, as well as some more information about her and her background as a character and everything. And also, we have our first departure from an Overwatch League team, and that is streamer XQC, who has come to an agreement with the owners of the Dallas Fuel and will no longer be on that team.
Yeah, he was that troublemaker who was constantly getting himself in trouble via the stream. I think he was trying to start fights with members of the other teams, and so yeah, he was basically a big problem, and now he's gone.
Yep, and I had actually some talks with some people over this, and there's some people who are saying that they hope that he finds his place on another team, saying that he's a really good streamer, and they think people are taking what he does out of whack because a lot of streamers and people who play Overwatch and stuff are like that. To which I'm like, first off, no, most people aren't like that.
He was kind of a jerk.
And secondly, I don't care how popular he is. And I point out the example of if I owned a team, let's say I owned like the New York Bulbasaurs or something ridiculous like that, and I wanted to have him on my team, I'd look at it and go, well, I could pay him a good amount of money to have him come on my team, but then he's already missed pretty much every game except for a few of literally the league's entire existence. So do I really want to put someone on my team that I might never actually get to use?
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense.
No, he's done. He's done. He's unless he reforms himself, he's done. He's gone. He gone.
Yeah, because I mean, they're trying to treat it like an actual league, like a sports league and everything.
Mm-hmm.
They're taking these punishments very seriously.
And the rest of the owners are paying attention.
Mm-hmm. And it's a matter of if you're not going to play along with it, they're not going to deal with you. I mean, it's similar to like if I was doing shit that pissed my boss off at my job, I'd be gone, and they'd spread word, and I probably wouldn't be able to find another job in that field if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yep, exactly.
So, a harsh life lesson for him for our Overwatch news of the week.
Yes. And speaking of Overwatch League, this week we had some interesting matchups. Most particularly, the New York Excelsior once again defeat Seoul Dynasty 3-2. They also picked up a win against Shanghai, which is not a surprise.
Yeah.
And I believe they are undefeated so far this stage.
Probably.
Still, we also had a close one between Houston and the LA Gladiators on Thursday. New York also, we mentioned New York won their matches. London won their first match, beat up San Francisco. Boston won 3-2 over Valiant. And today we've got a big match starting at 4 o'clock, Seoul versus London.
Mm-hmm.
That's a battle of for second place pretty much right now. Battle of two of the three titans in the Overwatch League. We've also got San Francisco versus Houston, which should be interesting, and then Dallas Fuel versus Philadelphia, which Philly's probably going to win. I would have said earlier on in the season that was going to be a very interesting game, but Dallas Fuel, especially with the stuff that we've mentioned before and their record, they have become a bit of a dumpster fire.
Yeah. So if you guys need to turn things around, you know where to reach me.
Yeah.
Super Grapple Wars at G.
I'm sure. And as we look into the standings real quick, again, New York Excelsior is first, Seoul second, London third, Los Angeles Valiant fourth, Houston fifth, Philly sixth, Boston seventh, the Gladiators are eighth. Then San Francisco, Dallas, Florida, and Shanghai bring up places 9 through 12.
I feel really bad for Shanghai because I was thinking that they might get a win by now.
They haven't won a single game yet.
They're the Kurt Hawkins of the Overwatch League.
Pretty much. I'm sorry, who?
Kurt Hawkins.
Exactly.
His star factor. He makes stars.
Uh-huh.
Like Seth Rollins.
What a terrible, terrible gimmick. Your gimmick is going to be that you're going to claim that you get your ass kicked so that way you can establish other people.
Well, now his thing is just he's trying to end the streak of like 158 losses in a row or something like that.
It's terrible. Anyway, moving on to our main big gaming news story of the week. Ninja, who is a very popular streamer on Twitch before this whole thing, ended up streaming Fortnite playing with Drake. You know, that guy who makes music and he's really, really popular. Mm-hmm. And apparently it was entertaining enough and Ninja was good enough to where basically Twitch exploded for Ninja, and he's gained about 50,000 subscribers in the last week. I think he's gained like 90,000 this year. They average that out, and it's basically he's getting $250,000 a month now from subs now. due to that explosion. And it's insane. He has now basically become the main guy on Twitch, especially when it comes to Fortnite, which of course is the biggest game on Twitch right now. It overtook PUBG. It's overtaken PUBG quite a while ago, as much as I still like PUBG. And yeah, so very, very interesting. Just an interesting little thing there. They also broke when they streamed together, Drake and Ninja. They had over 635,000 concurrent viewers watching them play Fortnite together,
Wow.
which broke Dr. Disrespect's previous non-tournament, because this is like previous non-tournament record for a stream of 388,000 viewers.
So,
So that's almost double. Almost double.
So, you know what this makes me think?
What?
This makes me think we need to get a celebrity on here so we could do that.
Right?
Who should we hit up?
Macaulay Culkin.
We could hit up. We could also hit up the local boy Johnny J.
Johnny J.
Well, not Johnny. Messed up with that. Jimmy, James Earl Jones.
I was gonna say, like, what are you getting at?
Yeah, I'm not feeling too.
Yeah, I don't think he would even know what a video game is.
He might know what wrestling is. He might want to talk with us.
Let's not
You
poke
know,
that bear.
let's see if he'll review
Nope.
that moment between Sasha and
Nope.
Bailey with us.
Nope, let's not poke that bear. Let's not. Nope.
Why not?
Nope. No.
Maybe we could get Joey. Ryan
Anyway, back to Ninja, because that's the story we're talking about. We're not talking about wrestling anymore. We're on to the video games portion. Yeah, it's interesting to see Ninja's popularity jump up a lot. Some people feel that he's a little juvenile with his stuff. I feel like he's kind of I feel like he's doing it to be entertaining, and I do follow him. I followed him before this explosion of subs happened, and he is entertaining, and he is really that damn good. He is incredibly good at both Fortnite and PUBG and just games in general. I mean, when it comes to a Cloud, I believe he's a Cloud9 guy, and when it comes to Cloud9 guys, I prefer Shroud to watch him instead, but Ninja's still good. I will watch Ninja when I want to watch some good Fortnite or PUBG action. So it's ridiculous how much his popularity has exploded and how he's like the guy on Twitch now. But I mean, I feel like it happened to a good guy and a guy who deserves it. So
I'll take your word for it.
okie dokie. Moving on to the next bit of news. It's a PUBG update.
Mhm.
Or PUBG. I was trying to make it sound like. Never mind, I failed. Anyway,
PUBG.
yeah, PUBG update. PUBG is apparently going to come to mobile. The Android version is out on Google Play in Canada. I don't know how this is gonna work.
Like this.
Yeah. Features the game's original map. Less graphically impressive.
No way.
I'm really interested to see how it's actually going to work, being able to move around and loot and shoot at people and survive. I don't know if I've never really thought that Battle Royale games could work on mobile, but we'll see.
I never really thought a lot of games could work on mobile. And then I played Knights of the Old Republic, the original one, on mobile.
Okay.
And that was very good.
All right. Well, yeah, also Fortnite is working on a mobile as well.
They had a invite only release of it on mobile this week. So some people are already playing it on mobile.
Mm.
I think specifically iOS.
Ah,
And like I said, it's, I think invite only. So
yeah. Couple characters got announced for fighting games. Should we talk about that?
couple. Sure.
The first one, Noctis, the main character of Final Fantasy 15, is coming to Tekken 7 on March 20th. So that'll be cool for Tekken fans. And then we got another announcement for another game that isn't out yet. Why don't you tell us? You failed.
No,
All right,
Calibur
this will now become the Super Grapple Bro podcast. It'll only be run by one person.
Yeah, with Soul Calibur 6, they recently announced that they're going to be adding Geralt of Riviera from the Witcher series.
Isn't it Geralt of Rivia?
No, it's
Geralt
Geralt.
of Rivia? Oh, whatever.
Have you played the games?
No.
I
I've
have Witcher
not
3.
played The Witcher.
Witcher 3 is very good.
I know it's very good, but it's one of those games where if I want to really play it, I have to play it at I feel like I have to play it 3 or 4 hours at a time, and I don't trust myself to not just sit down and play it for little half hour, hour long bits.
You see, you know what helps you with that issue? Kids.
Nah. Nope.
But yeah, they're adding Geralt of Rivia from the main character from the Witcher series to the game, and it looks like it's gonna be rather interesting. And my main thing is he gonna be using one or both of his swords in that game?
Probably both. And then we also found out this is not fighting game related, but it's another cross collaboration kind of thing. Monster Hunter World is getting some interesting new weapons, are they not?
Yeah, they're getting some weapons, and I think possibly some cosmetic stuff. I'm not entirely sure. I think it's a maybe. From Dante from the Devil May Cry series. So that's something that's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yes, very, very interesting.
Yeah, not much that I know about it. Other than that, the Dante stuff is coming to Monster Hunter World, and that should be pretty awesome.
Cuckoo. Last bit of news that we're going to touch on is that Twitch is finally enabling some free PC games.
Enablers. They're
going to be giving Prime subs free PC games every single month. The first month has already started. Super Hot was the big one that I noticed amongst them. Basically, Twitch Prime is part of Amazon Prime, which is $99 per year or $13 a month. So yeah, if you haven't used Amazon enough for things like, getting free 2-day shipping, plus being able to use Amazon Music and get unlimited basically music there, plus be able to get a free sub on Twitch, get free monthly promotional offers from Twitch, and now get free PC games. If you're a gamer and you like music and you do shopping, I feel like Amazon Prime is kind of a no-brainer right now.
Yeah, unless you don't have the money for it, like myself.
Yeah. So, by the way, just a quick rundown of the free games for this month. For March, it is going to be Super Hot, Shadow Tactics, Tales from Candlekeep, Oxenfree, and Mr. Shifty. Next month, for April, the free games will be Tales from the Borderlands, which is cool. Nice, cool, little thing. Stream World Dig, Kingsway, Tokyo 42, and Dub Wars.
Alright.
Cool.
Sounds like a good deal.
Yeah, very good deal. Big Stupid saying that we got cut off, but I didn't see anything. Maybe it was the stream got delayed for a little bit. We're just going to keep pushing forward, yep. I think, because we are now at the end of the show.
Yep, that we are.
So, if you missed it, you can catch the audio version, I guess. Okay, so that's going to do it. That's going to do it for episode 45 of Super Grab Bros. You can watch us live on Twitch at twitch.tv/L_Murpho. You can also watch us on VOD if you do not catch us live. But if you do catch us live, you can engage with the chat and talk to us like Big Stupid has all show long. You can also watch us on video on demand on YouTube at youtube.com/LMurphoReal. Actually, it's Real Murpho, I think, right?
Murpho Real.
Murpho Real. Yes, Murpho Real. YouTube.com/Murpho Real. I forgot about
this.
It
says it right there.
Oh, yeah, it does. It does, right on the screen that I'm staring at. But then again, it's so tiny that I can't really read it too well. Murpho Real,
That's what she said.
On YouTube. That is not what she says. She never says that. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe over there. You can catch us in audio form also on Google Play, iTunes, SoundCloud, and plenty of other places where podcasts can be found. Just look for Super Grapple Bros.
Rate, review, and subscribe.
Yes, very important, especially on iTunes, because we need to get an official rating from enough reviews in order for people to be able to find us and watch us and listen to us talk about grappling and playing things with controllers. Video games, don't get any ideas. Anyway, you can also email us at supergrabbros@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts, questions, concerns, topics, conversations, all of that other stuff. And you can also do that on my Discord server, the El Murpho Discord server. We have a channel all completely dedicated to Super Grapple Bros questions, concerns, issues, all that different stuff.
And I'm just very gonna quickly say to Big Stupid, who asked me if I've seen the last ROH pay-per-view yet. He asked me about that on Twitter. And still not yet, because things have been like hell this week with work and me being sick and everything. So I haven't really gotten time to do much of anything. I was barely able to watch what I did with like Fastlane and the NXT and 205 Live, and that's about it. So when I do get to see it, I will let you know. Trust me.
Yes. And that does it for episode 45 of Super Grab Bros. Do we have our kayfabe news article of the week?
Yes. Which actually, that reminds me of one other thing that we did not bring up during wrestling, because it's related to that, which is John Cena kept trying to call out The Undertaker for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Saying that he wants to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
We will see if that happens.
And
I have a feeling that your kayfabe news article of the week has to deal with that.
Oh, yes. Let's just see if it wants to come back up, because it keeps freaking disappearing. Just about there. Don't worry. I hate when it does.
Just gonna
like
do a jig. Do a jig. I'm jigging. It's St. Patty's Day. I'm gonna do a little Irish jig while you wait. This is not a jig. This is just me twitching. So
the kayfabe news article of the week is Cena's challenge goes unanswered because Undertaker only watches Total Divas.
Well, guys, that's it for episode 45 of the Super Grab Bros podcast. This is your champ, your 3-time predictions champ, who is going to be going into WrestleMania with the title saying, "Peace out, deuces, the deucey deuce."
Yeah, see, he compensates for things. You don't see me doing that kind of stuff.
Oh, like you did last week and the week before that.
Well, I just tried.
And the week before that.
No.
And the week before that.
I tried to distract you.
And the week before that.
I just tried to distract you for
And
fun.
the week before that. And the week before that. All right. Take care, everybody. See you next time. Bye.
Shut up and sit down.